High up on the jagged peaks of a forgotten mountain, there lies a cave shrouded in darkness, surrounded by fear, and known by the villagers below as cursed. No one who dared to enter ever returned. For centuries, the people of a nearby village lived in terror of that cave. Every man, woman, and child had heard the stories of disappearances, of evil spirits, and of the unimaginable horrors lurking within. They believed the mountain to be cursed, a place no soul could survive. But one day a wandering monk arrived in the village. He had journeyed far his purpose, to seek wisdom, not from books, but from the world around him. The villagers, desperate to rid themselves of the curse, told him about the cave. They warned him of the doom that awaited anyone who entered. The monk listened carefully. He heard their fears, their worries, and after a pause, he made a decision that left the village speechless. He would climb the mountain and enter the cave. The villagers begged him not to go. They told him about the countless who had disappeared, never to be seen again. But the monk, calm as ever, said only this fear is not the enemy. It's the chains we bind ourselves with. He stood at the entrance, staring into the dark, yawning mouth of the cave, a place no one had returned from. He took a breath and stepped inside. Inside, there was nothing but cold, damp stone, and a silence that weighed heavy on his chest. But as he ventured further, he saw something hidden in the shadows. A mirror covered in dust, resting on a rock. No monsters, no spirits, just a mirror. He wiped the dust away, and what he saw chilled him to his core. It wasn't a monster. It wasn't a curse. It was himself, but twisted, distorted by fear, as though the mirror reflected every fear he had ever buried inside. In that moment, the monk realized the truth. The cave wasn't cursed. There was no ancient evil lurking within. The only thing inside the cave was the fear each person brought with them. The mirror didn't show monsters. It showed the fears we carried deep within ourselves. And the true curse wasn't the cave. It was the fear that had kept people from facing the unknown, from confronting their deepest insecurities. The monk had faced his own fear and emerged stronger. When the monk returned to the village, unharmed and enlightened, the villagers were shocked. They asked him what evil lay in the cave, what horrors he had seen. The monk smiled and said the only horror was the one within myself. He taught them that the only thing holding them back was their fear. The cave wasn't dangerous. It was a reflection of the battles we fight within our own minds. The tale of the brave monk teaches us that fear is often an illusion, a prison we build for ourselves. Only when we confront it head-on do we realize the strength we already have. So remember, fear is not your enemy. It is the key to your growth.